Hey guys, what's going on? Peter J. Cruz here. Thanks for stopping by. Welcome to Chapter 2 of the Atlantis Chronicles. And in Chapter 2 we're going to be dealing with tracking, mainly guitars and bass. And so welcome. And I just finished putting a set of GHS Boomers on my Yamaha bass here. And getting ready to put some GHS strings on my two Carvins, which I'm going to use for the recording of the Atlantis suite. I'm not going to bore you guys with a how-to tutorial on how to change strings on guitars. There's plenty of videos out there already on YouTube, and rather than bore you to tears with that, because it's really not terribly exciting, I would like to offer you a few tips about that I found helps me out quite a bit. But before I get into that, I wanted to thank GHS Strings for being sponsors in our giveaway as well. We're going to be doing, and it's not these particular sets, but they're going to be sending me some promo gear and some strings to be giving away as part of our giveaway here with the Atlantis Chronicles. So if you haven't already, hit subscribe down below to be entered to win, because only, of course, subscribers can win. And I'll be picking a winner for that and all my other giveaways as well on October 2nd of 2013. But anyway, just real quick, I put some GHSs on this Yamaha bass, and this is what I'll be using to lay all the bass parts down on the album. And I'm not really a bass player, as you can tell. It's an out of tune. I need to stretch the strings out and make sure everything's intonated and stuff like that. But one thing I wanted to press upon you that's really, really important as you get ready to go into the studio, whether it's a home studio, whether it's paid, at a professional studio, Capitol Records or something, or whatever, Bear Track Studio in New York, or wherever you decide to go, you want to make sure your guitars, your bass, etc., they're all got fresh strings on them, they're properly intonated, properly tuned, and everything else, and make sure everyone's on the right tuning. You don't want one guy tuning to E flat and someone else tuning to E. Not going to work. So it's going to sound like crap when you listen back to it through the monitors in the control room. But anyway, so don't do anything silly like, don't have your tunings match up. So everyone be tuned up, have fresh strings on there, make sure they're stretched out and they're stable, and if you've got locking trems or whatever that have locking nuts on them, lock them down. And other than that, gosh, don't change pickups in the middle of the project as well. Case in point, I ordered some custom Seymour Duncan pickups for this guitar here, which, as you can see, I still have the DiMarzios in here that I put in there. DiMarzio Evolution here and a DiMarzio PAF Pro here. I've got a Seymour Duncan Custom Shop bridge pickup that I've yet to put in the guitar because I'm waiting to put my Seymour Duncan Custom Shop neck pickup in at the same time. And I've already got the bridge pickup. I'm still waiting on the neck pickup. And rather than bring one in and then change it and then during the album put the other pickup in, at this point this album's going to be done on this guitar with these pickups here that I'm bringing what I saw, so type of thing, or play with what I brought, or whatever the saying is. But you get the point. This one here is got Seymour Duncans already, and I got a Seymour Duncan Invader here and a Seymour Duncan Screamin' Demon. It's actually a bridge pickup, but I've got it in the neck position here. And excuse me, both guitars are neck throughs, not bolt-ons. And both of them actually have Floyd Rose tremolos on them, but neither one have a locking nut. They're both locking nut-less. But there'll be plenty of nuts on this album, hopefully. So, bad joke, I know. But anyway, so I'm going to be putting the GHS Boomers on both these guitars here. The black Carvin's going to be having the 10 to 46 set, and then my main Carvin here is going to have 9 to 46. It's a GBCL set. Classic, I guess, or whatever. But as far as changing the strings go, and this is whether you go with GHS Boomers or whatever tickles your fancy, man, I've been playing these things since forever. And I remember back in the day when I was a youngin', the Boomers came in this type of packaging with a big explosion, their dynamite type thing on the front. Now it kind of throws me. I go in a guitar store and I'm looking for these and I'm seeing, packaging like this. So bring it back, guys, bring it back. Anyway, so a couple of things I wanted to throw out there real quick as far as putting strings on the guitar. And again, I won't bore you with watching me change the strings. Is you want to have like a handy little tuner. You could do the the little like the Boss type that you plug in into the guitar, like little chromatic tuners. Or now all the rage is these little clip-on tuners. You just clip them onto the headstock or whatever and turn them on, and they give you an exact pitch and everything else. So it comes in really handy, give you some good precision as you're tuning your instrument and then setting your intonations and make sure your intonation's right, and and that sort of thing. So definitely have it handy when you're setting up, putting your strings on. And an eraser. Okay, this is going to really sound strange, but to me this is. And it's something that blows my mind every time I see somebody change a string on a Floyd Rose, a floating trem, and I don't see it. I don't see any of these. I see packs of cigarettes. I see old sets of old packages of strings. I mean, I've seen all kinds of wacky stuff. I've seen screwdrivers stuck in there, and basically what they do is once you remove the tension from the strings, okay, because you've got a set of springs inside the tremolo cavity here that are pulling the trem down. You have a counter tension from the strings pulling up from the tuning pegs. So your floating bridge essentially meets a balance. Okay. Well, once you remove the strings, that balance now teeters in the direction of the springs on the inside of your guitar. So what's the trem going to do? The trem's going to just fall back into your guitar. Now, if it's a floating trem like the old Super Strats from the 80s, the Floyd Roses or the floating trems are actually floating above the body of the guitar, so then it would actually fall and rest on the body itself. Which, if you look at the back of your Floyd Rose trem or similar, you'll see it's got these little hooks in there that will probably dig into the wood or into the finish of your instrument. Probably not really cool. Now, I guess all the rage these days is now they're mounting the trems flush with the body, and they've actually got a recess for the Floyd Rose trim. I think Ibanez started doing it back in the late 80s with the Gems and so forth, and maybe some of the other models or whatever, and everyone's kind of followed suit after that. So, but whenever I pull the tension off the strings, of course, the trem wants to just fall back into the cavity, and I'm like, that's going to mar the finish, it's going to scratch the wood, it's going to chip the wood, it's going to chip the finish, the clear coat, whatever. So I've always, maybe I had an eraser handy nearby. I mean, I just tuck it in there and let it rest. And it's rubber. It's not going to hurt the trem, the underpinnings of the trim, and it's certainly not going to hurt the finish of the guitar. And this way, I lose my tension on my axe, on my strings. I pull them off with no worries whatsoever that the trim's going to fall into and hurt the finish of the guitar. So I wanted to throw that out there. I mean, yeah, you could use a pack of cigarettes, or you could use a stack of guitar picks, or maybe a couple of quarters or something, whatever works for you. But I just found it was real easy and inexpensive to just stick a regular eraser right underneath there to not hurt the guitar or the tremolo underneath and get the job done. So I wanted to throw that out there, and then of course when I'm ready to bring everything up to tension and I got the guitar almost to the right pitch, then I'll pull the eraser out and finish tuning and everything else, and I'm ready to rock and roll. So anyway, thanks again for stopping by, guys. Just wanted to give you that, a couple of little juicy tidbits of information that have helped me anyway over the years, help keeping my guitars in tune and everything else. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks to GHS Strings for being part of the giveaway, and tune in for the next episode where I actually start tracking probably bass guitar first. So rock on, guys. Thanks for stopping by. We'll catch you later.